Hey y'all, it's your girl Stephanie. This is Wrestling Color Podcast right here on YouTube. Make sure you thumbs up the video. Make sure you subscribe. Hit me on Pinterest and Instagram. Those are the two places that I'm most active. I am active on Intergalactic Juggernaut on TikTok. And TikTok ain't going nowhere. The government's full of shit. Anyway, get into over 260 videos. Once again, I want to just welcome any new subscribers to the channel. Get into it. See what I'm doing, what I'm talking about. And, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. So let's dive into this. Now, remember, I'm a social worker, right? And here at this channel, we always like to not combine, but point out how, even though this is sports entertainment and it's scripted, politics and real life spills into the wrestling realm all too often. And it's spilled again with the transphobia. And the last thing I want to hear is someone being transphobic to people who've done nothing to you, and even then have some fucking restraint. Here's the thing. You all flipped when old girl from AEW, Nyla Rose, came on the scene. Lauded as one of the first transgender females to be active in the wrestling. You all some a little bit warmed up to her, but even in the comments, you still calling her a man, you misgendering her, you're doing all kinds of disrespectful shit to the woman. She did nothing but be blessed with the ability to hone her craft and enjoy her job. That's all Nyla Rose does. Nothing more, nothing less. And to be honest, if anybody's taking that belt off of TBS champion Jade Cargill, I would have thought it was Nyla Rose, but that's another conversation for a different day, because I'm completely, you're angry about Roman Reigns' reign. I'm completely bored with that. But anyway, let's go back. So apparently, I was watching Impact. I do watch Impact. Free links on TikTok, because I don't have access and I'm not paying fucking. I did have Sling, but they wanted to raise the price. So anyway, and I was watching Mickie James and them. They got a storyline over there. Impact is actually pretty good, to be honest. And Impact has a very strong women's division. But anyway, they got a storyline going over there. And there's a wrestler by the name of Giselle Shaw. And I had, I'm just rolling with it, like, whatever. I had no idea until I saw the equivalent of WWE 365, when they show like behind the scenes of stars, you get to know them. So she had like a get to know me type situation. I had no idea that she was transgender. No idea whatsoever. Unclockable is what they say. She looks fabulous. Whatever she got done and came into her own, they did a fabulous job. So this is what she says has followed. So anyway, fabulous woman. I wouldn't even known it. Half of you motherfuckers didn't even know who she was and don't even realize that that's a transgender. And guess what? It's none of your fucking business. The woman identifies as a woman, so who cares? I don't get it. Why are y'all so fucking concerned with what's between people's legs and who they fucking? It's bizarre. So Giselle Shaw, a transgender woman, this is from Fox News, I know, who competes for Impact Wrestling. She's right now wrapped up in a storyline with Mickie James. Shaw made the allegations in a statement posted on Twitter. I have been bullied all my life and have never stood up for myself because I'm scared that I would get beat up physically, mentally, or emotionally. The bullies in my life has always silenced me, but that ends today. She said, I was at an autograph signing event at WrestleCon, and while I was walking to my table, I heard someone yelling, "You're a man, you're a dude, you're a piece of trash, you're filth, get the fuck away from here." I kept my head down and kept walking as I did not want to acknowledge the hate. When I arrived at my table, I spoke to another Impact Wrestling talent who was at the signing with me and mentioned the incident. It didn't sit well with me, and I wanted to know who was saying that because it's unacceptable. So I decided to take a walk in that area, and I heard the same person saying the same derogatory comments. I looked at the person, and it was Rick Steiner saying those comments. I was shocked and could not believe that this was happening. To have someone saying those comments who a lot of people look up to and consider their hero was quite shocking and disheartening. I was in disbelief, so I asked him, "Excuse me?" He kept repeating those hateful phrases and started yelling at me in public setting. It was inexcusable and unacceptable. Shaw added that there were two other wrestling legends who were sitting there and didn't get involved in the confrontation. I wish I would like to know who those people are. Judging from that experience, it was more important for them to watch something wrong go down as opposed to standing up for someone who was being bullied and doing what's right. I'm not writing this because I want sympathy, she goes on and says. I'm writing this because I'm done being bullied to silence. Today is International Transgender Day of Visibility, and I'm standing up for myself and for other people who've gone through the exact same situation on a daily basis. I want everyone to know what kind of deplorable person Rick Steiner is, and that this cannot be tolerated. This keeps happening because people let it slide and do not take action. If you do business with these type of people, when I will not do business with you. WrestleCon and Impact Wrestling both came out in support of Giselle Shaw. WrestleCon went on to say they regret the events that took place. They promote safe, inclusive environment for everyone, including the LGBTQ AI plus members. Impact added wrestling stands in full support. We're saddened at the incident that happened Friday at WrestleCon. Thank you to the millions of worldwide who have read Giselle's statement and showed support. Shaw came out as transgender in 2022. She's been a mainstay on the independent circuit for several years. Steiner, 62, is mostly known for his career in the WCW. In the late 1980s, mid-90s, him and his brother Scott were tag team champions. And blah, blah, blah. You know, Big Papa Pump and all them. So with that being said, I'm going to say this. I find it bizarre that heterosexual men get so riled up in the presence of people who have absolutely nothing to fucking do with you. You know what happened? And I'm going to tell you what happened, because I actually work in the problem sexual behavior sector of childhood teen trauma. And I'm going to tell you something, and y'all can take it how y'all want. When males, specifically, are turned on by something that they perceive is what turns them on, they find out it's the opposite. And here we have this transgender woman. Giselle's pretty woman. Scott turned on by that. Found out that's a transgender. They get immediately riled up and angry. And this is how a lot of transgender girls or ladies get killed. Transgender women are murdered left and right in society and thrown in the garbage because society has deemed them fringe, not healthy, weird. We got laws being passed that are infringing on the rights of the youth who want to identify how they feel. I was doing something, so I forgot where I left off. But anyway, this is the problem that is going to continue to be a problem because people are so fucking invasive in families' lives. Everyone does not live like you. If you are a staunch Christian, evangelical, self-righteous dickhead, that's on you. But the problem is these type of people are all up and through Congress, all up and through state and local laws, and they feel like they can impose their will on families and tell them what to do. Gender-affirming care is a model of care which includes a spectrum of social, psychological, behavioral, or medical, including hormone therapy or treatment, interventions designed to support and affirm an individual's gender identity. Let me explain something to you. I understand a lot of y'all say there's only two genders, man and female and male. But if we do science, there's actually more than two genders of human, because what do you call someone who is born with both parts? Or what do you call someone who's born without the parts? You understand? You cannot be ignorant to the spectrum of human. Because what happens is these children then come to me, the social worker, the clinical therapist, who has to figure out where the fuck did the parent go wrong. And 9 times out of 10, it's because you didn't affirm their belief that they were in the wrong body. Or you just didn't allow them to explore their sexuality in a healthy manner. Meaning, if the boy puts on heels, don't slap the boy. See what the boy is going to do. Maybe he just wants to see what the heels was like. If the girl picks up a screwdriver and proceeds to, screw a board, See what she's gonna do. Don't say girls don't use screwdrivers. Girls wear makeup. Boys don't wear heels. Boys hammer stuff. Boy, don't buy boys' kitchens. That'll make them gay. Meanwhile, who dominates the culinary arts industry? Males. The ignorance, especially in the wrestling quote unquote community, is absolutely disgusting. This woman did nothing to nobody. Nyla Rose did nothing to nobody. And somehow they have to be berated and disrespected because of the choice they made to live their life the way they want to live it. Do you mean to tell me a motherfucker gonna wake up and say, you know what, today I'm gonna be transgender and I'm gonna take everything that come with it? Give me a fucking break, okay? The only issue I do have is when the black experience is compared to the LGBTQ experience. And let me explain this really quick because it might be, yes, there are black gays. And that's basically a double whammy, a triple whammy if you're a woman too. But I can't hide my blackness. At the end of the day, to come out as a homosexual is something that you want to be out and proud. That is why it's called Pride Month. I am out and proud because for years it has been a secret. Rock Hudson, majority of Hollywood. Let's talk about the Harlem Renaissance. Let's talk about Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston. Let's talk about where all of these balls and masquerade balls started in the 1930s in Harlem. That is the home of the masquerade ball. That is the home of, letting it all hang out and indulging in your sexuality and your gender cross dressing and all that bullshit. They was doing it. And that's some of our most famous literary musical geniuses came out the Harlem Renaissance. One of my favorite activists and writers, Mr. James Baldwin, is gay. Never once had that man, well, when he did write his book, wrote a few books on the subject, but he never once had to sit down and explain his gayness to anybody. It did not negate his activism when he was putting the white people to the test about their disrespect in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s up until his death. Okay? He lived as a black man. And his sexuality was there, but there wasn't no big deal. Just like Queen Latifah. She was a rapper, black woman. Yeah, we knew she was gay, but who cares? Just like B. Arthur. Dorothy Zbornak from fucking the Golden Girls. Who the fuck didn't know B. Arthur was gay? That ain't fucking negate that she was a funny woman and she stood on the right side of history and she did what she needed to do and paid her dues and moved on with life. Ain't nobody ran her down the street because back in them days that was none of your fucking business. Now everyone wants to be out and proud, and that's up to them. I personally believe the problem that's going on right now is these men get attracted to these transgender women and they fucking mind get blown because they all of a sudden, oh, I must be gay. No, you're not gay. You're attracted to a woman, idiot. Giselle is a pretty woman. She's beautiful. Look at her. I didn't know the woman was, I didn't know it was transgender. I didn't know that. She was, excuse me. Had no idea. I don't know what pronouns are. Y'all even get flipped about pronouns. How many times have you said they do it? He did that. Them people over there. Those are pronouns. Now it's an issue because some people want you to say they or them as opposed to using the gender. Y'all gotta wake the fuck up and leave people the fuck alone, okay? She is living her life. She is there to see her fans and enjoy herself. And she got to be berated by some big musclehead fucking asshole man who is representative of the majority of the internet community because she is living her life. Y'all are fucking sick and tired and just make life unbearable for people. And then when they kill themselves, it's like, well, what happened? Or when they go somewhere and murder every fucking body, it's like, well, where did we go wrong? You went wrong, motherfucker. I also think transgender gay people are born that way. And I think the issue is no one knows what gene it is or who had the gene. But if you got a family with gay people in it, 9 times out of 10, it's going to come down the line. Hello. It might be the daddy's eggs. It might be the daddy's sperm or the mama's eggs. Who the fuck knows? Love the goddamn child. Stop throwing your kids in the street. Because they want to live their life and love who they want to love. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? You know what? I stand with Giselle. I stand with Nyla Rose. And I stand with any transgender LGBTQIA+. Live your life. Do your thing. I need the internet wrestling community to leave motherfuckers alone. Leave people alone. Leave people alone. That's why y'all don't get no pussy now. That's why y'all in the basement angry, yelling about Roman Reigns. Because you worried about what this woman doing with her fucking vagina. Or whatever is between her legs. That's what the fuck y'all worried about. This is Wrestling Color Podcast. I see you on the next one.